I done lost it all, but I still came back. Turned all my pain to the reason I rap. They ain't see the nights when I fought my fears, or the prayers I whispered nobody could hear. I was built from the struggle, born from the dirt. Every scar on my soul just remind me my word. I don't run from the fire, I've been taking that risk. This my life, my story. I was made.
Yo, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're old, welcome back as always. Going straight in with this haircut. I'm going in with my comb, lifting up the hair. My client has been woofing for a couple of months, and so I'm going in with my comb, just lifting up that hair off of the scalp, just so that my guards can glide through the hair easily without creating any patches. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. If you're new, like I said, be sure to subscribe. And there is 70% of you guys watching without subscribing. If you would not mind, just do me the favor of subscribing, just so that we can grow this channel and push these videos out to the algorithms, so people that just like yourself are able to see these videos. As you can see, the way that I'm combing the hair is directly to the way that the waves are laying down, so I'm going completely with the grain, just following the direction of the way that he brushes his hair naturally and the way that hair is laying down.
I was made for
To kick this haircut off, I'm going in with my number 1 guard with the lever completely closed. At first, you can see that it's going really low because of his hair texture, but this is what he wanted. He wanted a 1 on top, and so I'm going in with my number 1 guard. Again, like I said, following the direction of his hair growth pattern. And as you can see towards the back, he doesn't have the best wave pattern. However, we are doing a high fade, and so none of that's gonna matter at the end of it. But I'm just gonna follow that natural wave pattern that he brushes his hair and going with the grain and go all the way around his head.
Turn all my pain to the reason I rap. They ain't see the nights when I fought my fears, or the prayers I whispered nobody could hear.
If you are new to barbering and you are a student in barber school at the moment, or just haven't seen this before, do not freak out or panic because you see lighter areas in some areas than others, because some clients do have more dense and less dense areas in their head, and that's all fine. But just make sure that you're going with the way that hair is laying down and the way that the hair is growing from the crown out. You want to be able to follow that exactly to its natural growth. Again, like I said, some areas may appear lighter. However, that is nothing to panic about or freak out about, just because naturally some people's hair is dense in some areas more so than others. The main focus is going with the grain from the way that the crown grows naturally out. To kick this fade off, I'm going in with my cordless Andes Masters with the lever completely closed, starting at the bottom of that vertical bar and going completely back, staying consistent, making sure that guideline is even through and through, going under the occipital bone just slightly, just because the back is more dense, and so I want to give myself more gradient fade towards the back and allow myself better space to fade, but overall consistency through and through. My next step is to go in here with the lever completely open, going up about a full inch, just blowing out that next line just to give myself room to get a gradient fade and allow myself room to come back and blend this line out.
I don't run from the fire, I've been taking that risk.
My next step is to go in with my number 1 guard with the lever completely closed. I'm going up about another full inch, adjusting my client's head just so that I can get that right angle. And I'm going in consistently through and through, just going back at the same exact width as the first guideline. Brushing the hair back down so that it lays back to its natural position. And going back in there, following up and just making sure it's clean as possible before I go on to my next step. And my next step is to go in with my number 1.5 guard with the lever completely closed. Because it's a 1 on top, I'm going in with the 1.5 as my final guard at this fade, at the top of this fade, just to finish off the top transition into that parietal ridge and allow myself to walk back down from the top down.
I done lost it all, but I still came back. Turn on my pain.
The first step to down fading in this process, I'm going in with my number 1 guard with the lever halfway open, and I'm using the corner of that blade just right up under that last initial guideline up top, and in between that and the bottom guideline that I set in with the lever completely closed on that 1 guard. I'm going in and just nudging at that line, erasing any dark spots that I can get with this 1 guard, and then I'm gonna work my way down. Keep in mind, you want to use light pressure and stay in that same pocket. You don't want to go outside of this pocket and run the risk of pushing that fade up too high. Like I said, again, brushing the hair back to its natural position and using the guard with the grain just to erase any dark spots safely without cutting off too much hair.
Taking that risk, it's my life, my story. I was made for this.
My next step in this down fading process is to go in with my Andes Masters with the 0.5 guard or the half guard with the lever completely closed, and just nudge at that bottom line as much as possible, erasing any dark spots that I can get out with this guard. Staying consistent and true to my system, just trusting that this fade will come together. As you can see, it's already blending out a little, as you can see now.
I done lost it all, but I still came back. Turned all my pain to the reason I rap. They ain't see the nights when I fought my feet.
Now to take out that very bottom line and clean up anything that I couldn't get with that half guard, I'm going in with my lever completely closed on my Andes Masters. Again, just finishing off that fade and taking it to the next level of gradiency and just erasing any dark spots. Coming around the backside, I'm going and just following that guideline all the way around and coming around exactly how it is on the other side, doing the same thing to this side, consistently following that guideline to the front or the bottom of that vertical bar again on this side so that it's symmetrical. Now that I have set my first initial guideline, I'm going in with the lever completely open, and I'm doing the same exact steps on this side, going up about a full inch on this side again as well, and doing the same steps, connecting it to the back. And what you want to do as you're cutting the hair is make sure that you're always controlling your haircut. In doing so, you want to be able to keep a clean surface or keep a clean environment as you work. Make sure that you're always dusting off the client for client comfortability, but for also your own reassurance that any hair that's already cut is no longer attached to the head or on the head, if you will, so you can make sure that you maintain consistency in your fade. And by doing so, you can just brush it or comb it, any extra hair that's already been cut, and continue to stick to the same system and keep doing that over and over again and perfect that and keep putting up the shots, because early on we like to try out different methods and see what we like, but at some point you got to get efficient in the shop. You want to be able to know exactly what you can do to each client and the system you can put on any hair texture. And so this is my system right here. I go in and I do the same exact thing on everybody, and it comes out exactly how I expected it to come out. Just trusting the process. Like I said, going exactly with the grain or against the grain in order to make sure that I can ensure that I'm controlling this haircut, and I'm also brushing off any extra debris that's no longer attached to the fade, so that I can see what I'm doing and see what I'm working with. Like I said, your system matters, whatever that is for you. That's up to you to figure it out. But if you figure something out early on, it's best to stick to that and stop switching it up so that you can perfect one thing and then throw in little things that you find along the way, little gems or tips or tricks to help you get somewhere faster. But efficiency is also the main goal, because you don't want to just be spending 2 hours on cuts for the rest of your career.
But I still came back. Turned all my pain to the reason I rap. They ain't see the nights when I fought my fears, or the prayers I whisper nobody could hear. I was built from the struggle, born from the dirt. Every scar on my soul just remind me my word. I don't run from the fire, I've been taking that risk. It's my life, my story. I was made for this.
And to kick off the hairline work, I'm going in to prep with my one guard with the lever completely closed, going with the grain, just laying it down right at the edge, like I said. And then I'm going with some alcohol. It's just alcohol. And what the alcohol does, it just preps the skin and dries it out and gets all the dirt or any oils that's on the client's skin, so that I can go in with this spray, holding spray, and just lock everything in right quick. And while that's locking in, like I said, I want to be efficient, so I'm going to take this time to go in and take all the extra hair at the bottom of that fade and just ball it out with my Babyless trimmers, and take this blend to another level of gradiency and just completely ball out everything else and clean up around the ears and on the back of the head and at the back of that nape area. And as I'm back here, I noticed there's some things that could be smoothing out, and so that's what I'm doing right here, just taking my one guard, smoothing everything out with my lever completely closed, just going with the grain, just knocking it down, because like I said, the back is more dense. I started with the lever open, but now I'm going in with or against the grain just to take it a little lower, and as you can see, that fade is clean. So with a high skin fade, my first initial step on my lineup is to go in and punch in the vertical bars and make sure that they're straight and symmetrical, so that I can go in and line up the front and make sure everything comes together easily. And I just want to play connected dots here. So I tap in his right, my left side, and I comb any extra hairs back down, and I go right back in and tap it again, and I'm gonna move on to the next and do the same exact steps, making sure that everything is symmetrical. I'm going punching in that next line and just tapping softly. These clippers are, well, these trimmers are digital gap, and they are sharpened by The Barberist. If that's how you say it, I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. The Barberist on Instagram. She sharpened and digitally gapped these blades, so they are super sharp. And so I'm just using lighter taps, and they are doing the job. As you can see, punching in those lines, playing connected dots, starting in the middle, working my way to the outside, and connecting it to the top of that vertical bar, if you will. My client did come to the conclusion that he wants to go ahead and put enhancements on there, so I'm going in with my Tune 45 clutch card and my enhancements, no drip, by Tune 45 as well, and I'm just spraying a light coat of enhancements. And to all my enhancements haters, just know and understand that he still paid me, and so we're gonna keep doing it. Getting a better angle here. I don't know why I didn't cut this out, but as you can see, I'm going in with the vertical bar, and I'm spraying a light coat as well. Just aiming away from the hairline and just letting it bounce off the card and into the actual hair, so that it blends naturally into the fade. And I'm going back in with the trimmer right here and just going back and just tapping that line and making sure that any extra overspray is cleaned up off the line. I didn't even record the after video, the spin. So if you made it this far, appreciate you. And this is the last clip of the video. My name is Kel. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. And if you like this video or this haircut, let me know. If you don't like it, also let me know. And I'll see you in the next one.